Welcome to episode 10 of the 5-Minute Investor Podcast, where Stockhouse columnists Jon Brown and me, Trevor Abes, each deliver a 2.5-minute stock pick related to recent news stories with investment implications. This week, we have a little something special prepared for our listeners, a comparison between Boeing and Bombardier, two of the most recognizable brands in aviation today, whose recent trajectories, though widely divergent, offer key insights into how you should evaluate your next investment. Jon, why don't you get us started with Boeing as I get ready to warm my hands over the numerous dumpster fires I'm sure you're about to describe?
Trevor, there's plenty to keep warm here. Now, these are two stocks that have a similar profile, but very different stories, and it's because of those controversies and dumpster fires you mentioned. Now, Boeing just last year made headlines with stories about 30,000 workers that went on strike, impacting 44,000 jobs. They cut around 17,000 jobs. That was 10% of its global workforce. The delivery of new jets has been stalled. They even said this past Thursday that their Air Force One jets for President Trump won't be ready until 2027. But who can forget the Starliner astronaut capsule that departed the International Space Station and left 2 crew members stranded in space. There's also the conspiracy to defraud the United States in connection with several fatal 737 crashes. Just over a year ago, the 2 former employee whistleblowers who raised significant concerns about Boeing's safety practices both died suddenly. And there's also the ongoing investigation into its merger with Spirit Aerosystems Holdings, potentially misleading investors. And then there's also the doors that flew off mid-flight. Other news concerning the company is it is developing the first 6th-generation stealth fighter jet, which boasts a longer range, more advanced stealth, and then the 5th-generation F-22 and F-35 jets, those both made by Lockheed Martin. The Air Force now turning to the F-47 as their premier fighter jet. And despite all of this, the stock performance is actually doing pretty well. Boeing trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker BA, and in the past 3 months has traded between 135 US to its current high where it sits at right now, over 190 US a share. Year-to-date, its stock is up more than 8%, and since May 2024, up almost 6%. And now from the other side of the airfield, Trevor, what have you got taking off?
Well, Jon, unlike Boeing's state of continuous crisis, my stock pick for this week, Bombardier, has proven itself to be a model operator since shedding its train business in 2021 for 5.5 billion euros to focus exclusively on its line of Global and Challenger jets. This period is highlighted by growing revenue every year from over 6.9 billion in 2022 to over 8.6 billion in 2024, while almost doubling gross profitability to over 1.7 billion, that's US dollars, consistent deleveraging, decreasing adjusted net debt to adjusted EBITDA from 7.7 in 2021 to 2.9 in 2024, as well as returning to profitability since 2023, collecting almost 900 million in net income through Q1 2025. Bombardier, ever popular with Stockhouse readers, posted these impressive numbers thanks to the high quality of its aircraft and numerous growth initiatives, tapping into a business aviation tailwind estimated at a 6.4% CAGR through 2032. This is according to Markets and Markets. Some highlight initiatives include the launch of its Challenger 3500 and Global 8000 aircraft, setting over 100 speed records with its Global 7500 jet, the founding and growth of its defense division, which is expected to up to 5x revenue by 2030, and deliveries growth from 120 in 2021 to an expected 150 in 2025, with a backlog of 14.2 billion as of Q1. With management expecting a strong 2025, including higher revenue and free cash flow, and a roadmap in place to create shareholder value through 2030 with a focus on defense, services, and aftermarket growth, Bombardier is on all counts a sound choice for aviation sector exposure, whose operational discipline stands in stark contrast to Boeing's propensity to shoot from the hip. Bombardier stock is up by approximately 700% since 2020, last trading at $87.77 Canadian. As always, you can find links to the articles from today's episode in the show notes, and you can find more investing insights on Stockhouse and the market online. The 5-Minute Investor is on Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Stockhouse, or wherever finer podcasts are found. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. The material provided in this podcast is for information only and should not be treated as investment advice. For full disclaimer information, please visit themarketonline.ca/disclaimer.